Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and today we'll be taking a look at Medium, a mind-reading party game. It has a theme about extrasensory abilities. It's not really about that. It's really just more of a party game, which is fine. Medium was designed by Storm Chaser Games and developed by Christopher Badell, Paul Bender, and Maggie Clayton, with art from Sarah Kelly. So Medium is a party game, 2 to 8 players. They say about 30 to 45 minutes. So, I mean, if you're feeling cocky, like you know everything already, then you already know what's in this box. I don't even need to open this because you already know what's in it. So we're just gonna sit here. That's just silly. Let's open the box. So, within the box for Medium, you have 15 sets of different cards. Cards have words on them. It does come with these nice, neat dividers, so you got 6, and it's all numerical up in here. Look at that, numerical. Look at that. And I'm not sure the number is probably on the back of the box, but if I lift it up to show you, all the cards would fall out. So just believe me when I say that there's a good number of, I think these are called mind meld tokens, and they come in some different varieties, where the ones that are worth the most are worth 5 and 6 points. The ones in the middle are worth, then there's one in between worth 3 and 4. And the blue ones are worth 1 and 2. I don't know why this 3 is here. I was trying to, come on, help me out here. And now you're upside down. Come on, okay, get with it. These are the mind meld tokens. In addition to the mind meld tokens, you also have 3 crystal ball cards. How you would organize it is you would pick one less group than players you have. So if you're playing with 4 people, you would pick 3 of these groups, shuffle them together, divide them into thirds, and in the final third, you would mix in the crystal ball cards. And the game would end once all 3 crystal ball cards were revealed. In addition, you have, these are for more, I guess, advanced gameplay. You've Clear Your Mind cards and Psychic Link cards. And because I've told you nothing about how the game plays, this all really doesn't mean anything, but you have to just stick around to find all that out. So Clear Your Mind allows you to discard the cards you have, discard any number of your cards from your hand. So it's a Clear Your Mind. So you have 8 of those, I guess, for 6 of them, 8 of them for 8 players. And then you have 8 Psychic Link cards. Play this card to join into another team's first mind meld attempt. If successful, take a first attempt token. So that's pretty cool too. I would say Psychic Link is definitely for more advanced play. Clear Mind, I could see people making use of that even if they don't have that much experience with the game. That could be fairly useful. Let's run through what a quick turn would look like. So we have a 3-player game. 1, 2, 3. So that means I would take 2 of these out. Taking out 2 sections. I'm going to shuffle them all up. And I would deal 6 cards to each player. So each player would have 6 cards. And how the game really works mechanically is fairly simple. Mechanically, you would take a look at your 6 cards. This is player 1's hand. They're going to pick a card, meaning they're picking a word. So I'm going to pick the word movie. Player 2 would look at their cards, and they would also pick a card. So the 2 words we're looking at are movie and van. So the object of the game is for both players to come up with the same word, phrase, song lyric, movie title, basically say the same thing that hopefully relates to the cards they put out. So you would say like 1, 2, 3, Silence of the Lambs. Why I thought of that, don't read into it. I guess I could have thought of Scooby-Doo or something. I don't know. A lot of movies have vans in them. So I just thought of Silence of the Lambs because there's a van in that movie. So were player 1 and 2 to guess it correctly on the first turn. What I didn't show you was that in the middle, you would have a bunch of these tokens face down. You'd have more than 3. You'd have a whole bunch of the mind meld tokens face down. And if 2 players guess correctly, guess the same thing on the first turn, they would take the number 1. See, it says a little Roman numeral 1. You would take that. You don't know whether it's 5 or 6 points, but if you're really good, you would know. Think about it. But you would take that, and hey, this team has 6 points. Yay. And say they didn't guess it correctly the first time. Player 1 said Silence of the Lambs. Player 2 said Scooby-Doo. Now, the two things that they have to guess on are Silence of the Lambs and Scooby-Doo. So you'd say 1, 2, 3, and they have to blurt out something that hopefully relates. Let's say they really were thinking really well and they said films, or I don't know. You can't say movie because it's already out there. But let's say they said films, and then they would get the Roman numeral 2 icon, which would be either worth 3 or 4 points. Yay for them. Now let's say they still mess up. Player 1 said films, player 2 said flicks. Now their fists are balled up against each other. They're arguing, they're screaming at each other, but they're still friends. Well, now let's say they didn't guess correctly. So now player 1 said films, player 2 said flicks. So now they have to guess for the third. So now it's films and flicks. So then they both say cinema. And then they miraculously finally recover and gain either 1 or 2 points for the third mind meld. So you have 3 chances to basically guess, to try to mind meld and guess correctly in order to win some points. And it would be the same way for, player 1 and player 2 are a team, player 2 and player 3 are a team, player 1 and player 3 are a team. So there are essentially 3 teams going who all would have separate scores based on their performance together. Even if maybe the link between player 1 and player 2 is weak, maybe the link between player 1 and player 3 is better, and you can earn more points. That's essentially how Medium plays. It's a party game. It's meant to be fun. It can be about the points for you, or it can just be about, hey, we're good at guessing things together. That's fine too. I do say in the instructions, it does mention a way of playing for a lot more people. If you have, let's say you have 6 or more, you might just want to have teams, like set teams. So instead of having player 1, player 2, instead of going all the way around, because people here are waiting for their turn, maybe you just have people who are sitting opposite each other be teams and just go like that. That's probably a better way of doing it, because people aren't just sitting around like twiddling their thumbs like, hey, when is it my turn? That's essentially how Medium plays. Playing Medium was kind of like a pendulum swinging between this and this. So my final thoughts on Medium. I thought it was a ton of fun. We had a lot of fun with it. There was some frustration for sure when you'd think like you were right there with somebody and they would say something completely out of left field. And you're just like, what? Like, what? How? Who are you? But for me, it wasn't really about the points. The points are cool. The points are fine. I like that they're there for people who really want to get into the points. To me, it was just about just having fun and just seeing who did better. And I guess because the points can range, like these can be 5 or 6. At one point, I think what we kind of settled on was just the number that you have of them, not necessarily how much they're worth. Like the fact that you did it first, or you did it second, or you did it third, ultimately were more important than how much they were worth, because you don't know, because you can get 5 or 6, 2 or 3, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Your guessing first isn't really any better than mine just because you happen to get the 6 piece instead of the 5. You want to have it be about points, it can be about points. All in all, it was a very fun party game. We really enjoyed it. We don't have any company anytime soon, but we play amongst ourselves. But this is definitely one that's going to get pulled off the shelf pretty regularly for a party game. It's one of these games where it's kind of it can be as much fun as the people you're playing with. So if people you're playing with aren't really fun, you should definitely send a letter to the people who made this game and demand that they help you find friends that know more movie references, types of food, and just general, probably somewhat useless knowledge. And the onus is on the people who made this game to make sure that your friends are of a caliber enough to be good at this. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Something should be on screen. You can click on to watch more videos, like, subscribe, all those good things. Be safe out there. Try to learn something through all this. Take care and be blessed.